Do you ever wonder how you could possibly create your own lettering style? Are you struggling with comparing yourself to others? I'm so glad you're here. Join me in creating your own confident lettering style with this YouTube series called 26 Ways to Letter. Hey friends, I'm Sarah from Ensign Insights. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Today I'll be using the Tombow Twin Tone pens. I'm going to be doing fauxligraphy because they're not brush pens. I literally just got them in the mail, so this is the first time I have tried them. I'll be using my book, Fearless Lettering, as always. So this is the pack it comes in. I got the brights, not the pastels, since it's hard to film pastel colors. So I'll link to Fearless Lettering below, and I will also link to these pens below so you can see one side is a little bit bigger. It is similar to the end of a Tombow, the fine side, and then the other side is a lot smaller. And I'll show you at the end of the video how small that actually is. So I'll be using the bigger side, and I basically will just be showing you fauxligraphy. This is a great way to practice and to make it a little bit easier to start. So I is just one simple stroke and then the dot for the I. So you can see I just draw the line and then come back in with my pen and fill in the downstroke. So that's why this is such a helpful way to learn lettering, because you start to see where the thick strokes are supposed to be. Since I is just a single stroke, you get to play around with the weight. Is it going to be a lot thicker of a downstroke? You get to play with the different size of the dot and play with the angle and the height and the entrance stroke. So this one right there has a nice long entrance stroke and a matching exit stroke. This one is more of a serif style for a lowercase I. Just get creative with playing around with all the little details. When you're coming up with your own eyes, just remember that there is no eye that's too weird, just to help yourself come up with more. So you might look at it after and be like, that doesn't even look like an eye, and that's okay. Just while you're trying to come up with different eyes, try new things. You can't make a mistake when you're just trying new things. That one had a little tiny dot, and here's one with a nice little loop. And then for uppercase I, there are a few different variations, and some of them can connect to the next letter and some of them can't. So I will switch to blue to show you one of the different colors. And just like with lowercase I, some of these uppercase I's have a similar base. It's just the details, like the lowercase, that change it up. This one has a little curly loop, but then it's straight, a straight downstroke. This one's kind of just a little chunky one. This one is like the first two, just changing the detail. And this one is almost a script style, but this one probably would not connect to the next letter. It's kind of a quirky script style. This one is like the first two, but now the downstroke is on the other side. So maybe you can watch the balance of your piece and your downstroke. Where does the downstroke need to be? This one's a little curly. And this one, I actually changed the cross strokes because I wanted them to be more of a wavy line. So you can alter any of these. Maybe you don't like any of them, maybe you like all of them, and you get to choose your own. So come up with 26 ways to letter I for yourself. For the word of the week, I got so many really good suggestions on my Instagram page, and I could not decide. So literally I scrolled my thumb really fast and I stopped on one, and this is what it was. It was imagine, and then I added a couple more at the end, and you'll see they just fit well. So if you would like to help me out for next week, comment below with an uplifting word starting with J. So I love fauxligraphy. For the first month of lettering, I only did fauxligraphy, and I just think it's the best way to learn, and I still use it today because it's so fun and I love it. So I thought of a new way with these markers. I can't believe I had never thought of this before. So I'm going to use my Pentel water brush, the size fine, and then I'm thickening the downstrokes like it's watercolor, because these twin tone pens are water based, so they blend really, really easily with water, just like you could do this with the Tombow dual brush pens with the fine tip as well. And I was so excited about this new technique. I will probably be doing a video just about this because it was really fun, and it was combining my love for fauxligraphy and my love for my Pentel water brush, size fine. You could do this with a regular brush as well. This is my go-to brush. It's what I use for everything, and I will link to that below as well. And here I'm using Canson watercolor paper. I tried it with regular paper and it didn't look good. So watercolor paper is the best. Also, notice how I am thickening the downstrokes to the right. I did it before where it wasn't on the same side on each letter, and it looked odd because where your line is originally, it's a little bit darker, so it just looks better if your ombre is the same in each letter. So overall, I am so glad that I bought these pens. At first I wasn't going to because I already have the Tombow, the fine tips, and there's not that much difference. But if I'm gonna buy more Tombows, I would buy these ones because I use the fine tip even more than the brush tip. And that's me personally. That might not be for everyone, but that is for me. So there it is. Such a fun new technique to try out. And I just wanted to show you how the other side works. It's really, really tiny. So I don't see myself using this side a lot. I like the little bit thicker stroke, but this is a good option for someone who would use it in your planner or in a journal. And I wrote out intentional imperfection because sometimes we try too hard to be perfect. What if for once we just let it rest and instead focused on how we're imperfect, and that's beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every kind comment and new subscriber. and I will see you next week.